Today, from Ford Field in Detroit, it's Week 15 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Detroit Lions taking on the Orlando Wizards.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Today, we reach Week 15, and we've got a good matchup in store between the Orlando Wizards and the Detroit Lions. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this. Charles and I have been looking forward to this one all week, and we are underway from Ford Field. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a look here now at their fourth-year quarterback.
And the numbers were not pretty. I mean, they don't look right. When you throw 2 interceptions, no touchdown passes, there's no way to really make that work. But I thought there were a lot of positives in watching his game tape. I think he's close to putting out a good performance. Let's see if he can flip those numbers around in this game. And, of course, rally his team to a win.
And right away, they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Going right back to Akers. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Going up top for Kupp, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On to punt now, Anger, as he boots this one away. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards, and the Lions will take over. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. It's the Mississippi State product at quarterback. Calling the shots will be Dak Prescott. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. Prescott. Quick hitter here, it's complete. He's got room at the 30. Touchdown, Detroit! A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Lions get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. An extra point by Bass, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM, it always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Second and 2. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down. They'll drop to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. On fourth down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Taking on the midfield logo. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Prescott now from the 50. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Prescott. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. Prescott off play action. Sliding out of the... And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Aaron Donald in there to get him. And that is now sack number 18 on the season for him. On third down, it's Prescott. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And that will extend their lead even further. So a touchdown on their opening drive and 3 more here, and it adds to their first quarter lead.
Yeah, everything's going according to plan so far because the offense has moved the ball, defense able to do their job, and here the special teams unit comes through with their contribution. A field goal to make it 10-zip.
Orlando takes back over on offense. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive. They'll begin on the ground with Akers. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. In trouble, and he's taken down. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up third. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed in this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th. On is the punter, Brian Anger, to kick this one away. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they, if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They're guarding against the upset.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Prescott. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a 1st down. The Lions at 11-2 now, and they come in on the heels of yet another victory. That ran their win streak, Charles, up to 7 now.
And I think that last win, that established them and stamped them, to me, as Super Bowl frontrunners. They're playing with extreme confidence, and you need that in order to go all the way.
And again, it's Prescott. Throw right side, complete to Williams. And the Lions are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6.
It's largely been the air attack that's gotten them down here, but now is where you start to lean on that running game. That's a good pickup there on 1st and goal.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Prescott now toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Prescott. Open man, and he's got Williams. Touchdown, Lions. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. So an early advantage now and a good one. 17-0 our scores. They kick this one away. This taken in at the goal line. Now a hit and a loose football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And this drive will start on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. First down, Prescott. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. They'll try the right side with Henry. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
On running plays, linemen, of course, have their assignments. That's expected. But it's not often you're expecting to see a cornerback blitzing in run support and tackling the runner for a loss.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. John Johnson with the INT. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. On 1st down, they'll start out with Akers. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
2nd and 11. And Cooks has it over the middle. That'll give him 8 that time. And now it's 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. 17-0 our score after 1. They go play action here on 1st down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Here's a run with Akers on 2nd down. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. The offense on 3rd down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd down and 12. Looking to throw. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. Take it at the 37. A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Now left side on the swing pass. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. On second down, here's Henry. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
Here's Prescott.
And he'll get this underneath to Henry.
And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And the lead will stay put at 17. That would have been from way downtown. Pretty big roll of the dice, and he comes up a bit short.
Yeah, you knew when you saw the holder setting up on the other side of the 50 that this was going to be a long shot. But to me, there's really no loss here because you've shown confidence in him. Kicking it from a long distance, that'll pay dividends. And the miss, you can shake that one off. He wasn't likely to make it in the first place. Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
They'll look to throw here.
Open man is Burks, and he's got him. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. The solid stiff arm. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 23 yards on the play. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Now here's Burks on the jet sweep.
And he will take this one in for a touchdown.
Traylon Burks, his first rushing touchdown of the year. And the Wizards get a bit closer.
Lutz with the extra point, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it's capped off by a 13-yard touchdown run.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they've got to be a little bit frustrated about that last drive, missed field goal.
Always hurts a team because, you know, you've put something out there, you've given yourself a chance, you're in range, and the ball doesn't go through the posts. But it's not something to panic about, I don't believe. Just keep playing and keep going.
And he can't escape, and down he goes. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up 3rd down on the sack. To throw is Prescott.
This will go to Henry out wide.
And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but, Charles, they look up, and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. They'll set up a throw. Throw complete right side to Cooks. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Cup. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He gets this one to Burks. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 40. The good pick up there of 20 yards.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes.
Lee McNeil, what an effort to get in there and drop him.
That's number 4, sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd. He'll look to throw. Got a man open. It's Tyler Higbee. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 22-yard line. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll look to throw again. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
On 3rd down, here's a run by Akers.
And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The kick by Lutz is good. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
And Detroit getting set to go now.
As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Throwing again on 2nd down. Prescott. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Prescott to throw it. Forced out to his left.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. And this is off the left upright. And it comes back. It's no good. So we've reached halftime here.
All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early. This fielded right at the goal line. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The Lions getting set to go on offense to start the third. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to...
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
They'll run here with Akers.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. Second and goal from the 1.
Akers again. But he will go backwards as he stopped for a loss.
That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down. He'll drop to throw. And he's got it. A gain of 5, but not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal. Now Lutz for the field goal try. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. The kick by Lutz is good. And that will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13.
Well, the 3 points certainly helps, but you feel like, Charles, at this stage of the game, when you force those turnovers, you need to start converting them into touchdowns.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised myself because I thought in this situation they were thinking end zone or bust. Now they got to rely on their defense, get the ball back again for another opportunity to get 6 points.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
The last drive for this offense, Charles, you remember it ended in one play, that quick interception, but they do still have the lead as they start this drive here.
And that's something to focus on for them as well because it's not quite no harm, no foul. But the interception, hey, shake it off, move on. Hasn't cost your team the lead, and now it's time to rebound. And the quarterback and his teammates, they can add to the lead with a good drive here.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Prescott. Over the middle, complete. It's Henry. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Here comes the Lions punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. That'll be caught by Cup. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. He finds his man, complete. It's Ferguson.
2nd and 9. They'll go with Akers here up the middle.
And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. A dime look defensively for the Lions on 3rd. He'll look to throw.
They'll set up the screen here to Akers.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Detroit's offense ready to take over. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. It's caught on the right side, Williams.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. So pass interference the call, and that does not look to be going over too well on the defensive side.
Or on their sideline, because I believe their head coach is saying right now, hey, you've got to call that both ways.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
A handoff, running left, Henry. And he gets it down to the 32. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Now Prescott.
Right side to Williams. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. On play action, Prescott. This is caught. And in for the Lions, touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott as his guys are able to extend their lead.
Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And that pushes the lead up to 11. 5 plays there on that drive. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
They'll look to throw here on first down.
A quick pass to Kupp.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 25 yards there on the catch and run. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10. Down at the 33.
On the counter, this is Akers.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Now back to throw. This is caught. It's Cooks. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 17-yard line. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
They'll run on first down with Akers.
And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal. A give up the middle to Akers.
And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the first. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. Now Lutz for the field goal try. This will be spotted at the 20, so it's a 30-yard attempt. The kick by Lutz is good, and that'll make this an 8-point game. And so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
And there's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. The field goal we just saw has this now at a 1-score game, and on this side of the football, things are getting pretty tenuous, a little stressful.
Blood pressure up a little bit, you think?
I think up a lot of it.
Could you imagine taking the pulse right now? Might be like a jackhammer out there on that side of the ball. But here's what the deal is. I think what we've observed is a team that's been playing not to lose as opposed to playing to win. And they've got to get back to that. And that means opening things up again, being a little more free than when they're trying to get done on offense.
He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
They keep it with Henry on first down. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. On 2nd and 11 now. Prescott. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 5. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
The kick by Bass is good.
And that will extend their lead even further.
So that CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw here. And that will be incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. Well, there is still time to recover from this. It remains a 2-score game even with the 2 points there. But let's just say things not trending in the right direction.
I like that phrase. I'm going to say it along with you. Things are definitely not trending in the right direction. They needed something on that drive. Instead, they gave up 2 points and a lot of hope. At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Now Prescott. Eluding the pressure right. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Tenth carry now for Derrick Henry. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On third down, Henry. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
Brandon, this can be so demoralizing for a defense. They've had 2 opportunities to get off the field. They haven't gotten it done. So now your coordinator, he's going to call every blitz that he has, any type of exotic, something that they haven't seen before. And he's also telling the defensive lineman, don't worry about holding people up. Just get in gaps and try and make a big play.
And not only not getting off the field on 2 opportunities, clock continuing to run. 15 yards for the Lions there on a first down. From the red zone now, Prescott. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And the Lions are going to have a first and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is first and goal. Back to the ground now, it's Henry. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Derrick Henry. A 5-yard touchdown run.
And the Lions add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. Buying time to his left. He's got him in. Complete. It's a big play there on 3rd down. 41 yards. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's our visitors with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. They'll look to throw now on 1st down.
That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
Yeah, he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Launches deep. A jump ball, and this is caught. Now they got to get to the line quickly. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. Cooper Kupp from 19 yards away.
And the Wizards have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth.
Lutz good on the extra point. And the lead will be cut down to 14. So that drives 7 plays in length.
And it ends with Cooper Kupp on the receiving end of the touchdown pass.
And the Lions are able to cover this one up. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. A first down carry for Henry.
And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They'll run it again with Henry. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as it comes with 1:15 left to go in the second half. Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And he missed it. It's no good. And this will remain a 2-touchdown game. The situation for him offensively as follows. Down by 2 touchdowns. 1:07 remaining. Now the missed field goal, that was big. That keeps them within 2 scores, and they've got it 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. And they're going to speed things up here. On play action, they'll throw. He's going to let it fly. Oh, a leap, and he will make the catch. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that's complete to Cooks.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. A higher-scoring game, Charles, than we typically see in the National Football League, but fun to watch these offenses. They were really clicking. It seemed like everything that they dialed up worked.
Yeah, it certainly was fun to watch from our perspective. How'd you like to be those defensive coaches, though? That wasn't a blast for them at all. And let's face it, they all game plan, they all scout, they all think they're prepared. But executing and stopping teams, that's another matter entirely.
So for the Lions, they continue to roll as the win gets them to 12-2 on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for our visitors, they drop their 10th game now to fall to 4-10. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks in Seattle.